Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of The Shy Girl's Guide to Veganism. This week we will be talking about wool and wool alternatives, as well as boot alternatives, because a lot of winter boots contain leather. So first of all, what don't vegans wear in the winter? Well, we don't wear fur, and a new trend is actually Angora rabbit fur, so watch out for that. It's when they pluck the individual hairs out of the rabbit while they're still alive and keep them alive in these torturous conditions so they can keep plucking their fur as they regrow it. It's very cruel, so watch out for that trend. We don't wear wool, which I'll talk about in a bit. We don't wear cashmere, which is goat hair. We don't wear leather, and we don't wear silk. So now you're wondering, what do we wear? We wear, for example, there's many things we wear, but these are the most common ones. We wear cotton, acrylic, denim, elastic, fleece, linen, nylon, rayon, polyester, and spandex. I have a great link to a list of materials that are vegan as well as ones that aren't, so you can watch out for what to wear and what not to wear when you are shopping. So now, a question I get a lot is, what's so bad about wool? The sheep need to be shorn, right? Well, not exactly. In the wild, sheep are able to shed their wool when the winter season is over. But humans have bred sheep now so that they cannot shed their wool. They've bred them so they produce too much wool, in fact. So now they need us, right? Well, yes, but not really. So what's wrong with the wool industry? Like I said, we've bred sheep to produce excess wool. This means they have looser skin so more wool can grow there. They can't shed this wool without the help of humans. Flies actually will go into the moist folds of their excess skin and lay eggs there. These eggs hatch into larvae, which will actually eat the sheep alive sometimes. So farmers have tried to avoid this through a very cruel tactic called mulesing, which is when they take a strip of the sheep's tail and back skin and tear it from them without any pain medication. They just do it. So this is all very cruel, and it gets worse. The sheep are shorn before they would naturally shed their wool if they could naturally shed it, and so many sheep die from exposure because of this. And then, once the sheep cannot produce the amount of wool the farmers want anymore, they sell them to the meat industry. In many countries, such as Australia, this involves putting the sheep onto boats and shipping them overseas, usually to Israel, where they are then slaughtered. But a lot of the sheep do not make it that far. They're in tight, cruel conditions for the whole ride over, and so many die from exposure, starvation, and being trampled by other frantic sheep. So wool ultimately ends in the slaughter of sheep. Now, a lot of people tell me they get their wool from humane sources. To that I say, is it really humane? Do you know that the sheep aren't slaughtered at the end of their wool production? And even if they aren't, the basis of veganism is that we do not take what is not ours. We have so many other options. We can avoid wool so easily now, so we do not need to take the wool from the sheep. It is theirs. Now, you might wonder, what about the sheep that can't shed their wool? Well, on farm sanctuaries, they will shear them, but they won't do it before they naturally would, and they leave them with wool still. They leave them so they're comfortable, and they leave them as they would be in the wild. They don't use the wool for anything else either. So now you might be wondering, where can I get cruelty-free winter wear? Well, my first suggestion is when you are out shopping, tag read. We already have to label read for food. It's the same thing. Know what types of fabrics you can and cannot wear. Once again, check that link I have in the description for that. And go shopping. A lot of places like LL Bean and Land's End have a lot of wool. They also carry fur. I don't suggest shopping there. But I do have some places you can shop. Urban Outfitters, which you can shop at online, there's a link in the description, and in some stores. I don't know how many there are in the US. I don't think there are too many, at least in my area, but there's a store locator on their website, so you can check that. They carry a lot of non-wool sweaters. They do have some wool, so you have to once again check out, if the tag is tells you there's wool or not, but many of their sweaters are wool-free. Lulu's is great if you're looking for non-leather shoes. They have a whole section for vegan shoes actually, so check out their website, links in the description. Another great cheap sweater is Butterfleece, which I've found it on Sahali's website, which I've linked. You can get one of these super warm sweaters for $20, which is a great deal because they wash well and you can wear them every day if you want, which I do. They're really warm. Now for some all vegan places to shop. These are mostly online except for the last one. There is a boutique, but you can order online. The first one is Alternative Outfitters, which has a lot of options for shoes and winter wear. They're also fair trade, which is very important. I've linked them in the description. Moo Shoes sells all vegan shoes and boots. As does Alternative Outfitters, I want to point out I got my coat and boots from Alternative Outfitters, and we've ordered shoes from Moo Shoes, and they're great. Another place is Cow Jones Industrial's Vegan Boutique, which you can go to, and you can also visit her website, which I've linked. This is a pricey place, but it's great to know these boutiques exist, and if you can support it, please go ahead. So that wraps up this week's topic. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me through Facebook, Tumblr, or YouTube. And if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe and follow me on Tumblr or like my page on Facebook. Next week I will be coming back with a look into my life as a vegan. I'll show you what I eat and what I wear. I'll see you next week. Bye!